Good afternoon, everybody. This is Todd with our daily nitty-gritty video. Hope you have had a great week. Hard to believe we are coming to the end of another one, but we are, and we'll be going into the weekend. And so we want to take a few minutes here to just review what's going on in the financial world, and also review the setup conditions, some of the setup conditions for the simple trading method. And as you know, we're coming up to the last half here of the month, and we're going to be experiencing a lot of the holiday closures, low liquidity, all those types of things. The market overall has been a little bit more steady than what we might think being the end of the year, but it has nonetheless. Consumer confidence drops for the first time in the last 6 months today. And so there's lots of things that can happen at the end of the year. These last 2 weeks, it can cause added volatility. So using proper risk management is certainly going to be an important part of keeping yourself from taking too big of risk when that volatility is in play. The rest of the news here for today is pretty mild. Not much going on. We did have the CPI numbers come out. We had the second day of the EU Economic Summit, which can certainly cause volatility all over the place. And so we need to recognize when news is coming out and things that we can do to help alleviate some of that risk. So what I want to talk about here is just the setup conditions that we use, and most of the time the markets are not going to be trending super strong. They're going to be going up and down and all around sometimes, but what we're looking for is a general area of the markets moving either up or down. Now, as they move up or down, we're able to look for opportunities to trade using the simple trading method. Now, when we say trend, we don't mean that. When we say trend, we mean this type of movement where it does go through the pullbacks, making higher highs and higher lows. You can draw trend lines. You can use moving averages to help us. Because what we're trying to identify is not just the upward movements, but also the pullback. So as it is moving up, this pullback here is critical in allowing the market to relieve a little bit of pressure, set up, and then resume the overall uptrend, or the reverse would be true in a downtrend. The entry on here is the highest high of the last 3 bars or the lowest low of the last 3 bars, which simply means that once the bar is closed, if we move above the high of the previous 3 or the low of the previous 3, we're going to look at entering into that trade. So this would be an example here where once the high of the last 3 bars has been broken in an uptrend, we would look at entering into a position like this. So the initial stop then, once we get into it, is going to keep us from taking too big of a loss on our position, which allows us to set our risk parameters properly, make sure that we're not taking too big of risk. So we're going to look at the most recent low, place our stops on a bullish trade, and above the most recent high on a bearish trade. So as an example, if we got in here because it moves above the HH3, our initial stop would be below the most recent swing low there. And then a simple way to do this is, move the stop to break even. When open profits equal 0.5% risk, move the initial stop to break even when the open profit equals 1/2 the initial risk. So it's the same on either one of these. The key is to move those up quickly so that we're taking smaller and smaller losses as the price moves up. Exit strategy. At a predetermined target level, we're going to close half the position for both the bullish and the bearish. So we got to decide where it's going to go, or where we think it's going to go, and then look at taking half the position off at that point, and then close the rest at the lowest low of the past 3 bars. So it continues to move up. Look at getting out of it as it moves higher. All right, so take some time to review those. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back on Monday to start the week off and look at what's coming up. So if you have questions, like I said, just let us know, and we'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.